Hello there and welcome to this presentation all about your home business blueprint success. My name is Peter Beckenham, the Village Marketer from peter.beckenham.com, and as always talking to you from my little Thai village here way up near the Cambodian border. And this presentation about how you can build your home business is something I am absolutely passionate about. This is based on years and years of sales and marketing experience that I've had and how I've built businesses myself, both online and offline. And I am delighted and excited to share it with you today. But are you the right person who should be watching it? Let me ask you. I've built this presentation based on feedback from so many people. And there were people who, for example, they wanted to start an information business online, a digital product type business. Some of them wanted a physical product business. Fine, okay, this will help you with that too. Some people just wanted to simply get out of their job, stop the commuting and work from home. Other people, more like my age, wanted to supplement their retirement income. And some people want to get out of the rut, okay, simply get out of the rut and enjoy life more. Whatever the reason is why you're thinking about starting an online business, if any of those things relate to you, then this presentation will be right up your alley, right? But a word of caution for you. I will show you what to do, but I can't make you do it. And I'll tell you this, it will take some effort. It'll take some commitment on your behalf, and you'll have to invest in yourself. If there's no magic formula for overnight success, don't believe what you see online. It doesn't work that way, right? But I'll show you the steps how you can do it. And I can tell you this, if that sounds of interest to you, watch this presentation and watch it right to the end. Because at the end of this presentation, you have the opportunity to request anything you want from me. It's true, anything you want. Watch it right to the end, then put your requests in. Because I'll be more than happy to help you out, okay? But I need your feedback. I want to know what you want, okay? That's the critical thing. Sounds good? Let's get started. Okay, here we go. Welcome to your home business success blueprint presentation. Whether you're 25 or 45 or 65 or even more, I think you're going to love what I got for you today. Here's what we'll be covering. We're going to start with some home truths, excuse the pun, right? And you'll learn all about why most online businesses are doomed to fail right from the start. Then I'll show you how you can easily sell any product to anyone, anywhere, even if you've never sold anything online before in your life, right? Hey, this is a big call. Keep watching, right? But I want to start by looking at why so many online businesses fail. I don't want to be negative in any way. And I don't want to put a dampener on your plans to start your own business. There's no way I want to do that. But I want to give you a dose of reality before we go. You see, most people find their new online business venture initially very, very exciting. But that gloss wears off extremely quickly when the expected sales don't happen. In fact, the business becomes a burden and often a black hole that continually sucks up your hard-earned dollars. Now, to be honest, the problem could be the business model you select, or it could be you. Either way, most people don't talk about this sort of thing. So it's important that you get a real understanding of where the potential pitfalls are for you in the business, because this will help you avoid them, because for sure you're going to run into some of them as you go down the road. So when we're talking about failed businesses, the number one reason online is that people get lost and confused. There is so much information out there. They're not sure where to go, what to do. I mean, for sure, the biggest issue's got nothing to do with lack of effort or lack of interest. And it's not that people aren't trying or doing their best. They are. It's just that there's so many different choices, so much information. People aren't sure what to believe, who to believe, what to discard, what to keep. All those things, right? Plus, there are so many big obstacles that make it almost impossible to do. And speaking of obstacles, the two biggest ones, the first one, convincing someone to part with their hard-earned money, right? The majority of people starting up online businesses find convincing customers to buy very, very hard. Why? Because that's what they try to do. They try to convince people to buy, right? This is not a very smart way to do business online. I'll come back to that. You've got to understand that online is a lot different to selling face-to-face. Because when you're selling face-to-face and someone says, hey Peter, look, I don't like this particular bit of whatever it is you're selling, right? You can come back at them and explain what it's all about. You can tell them why they need it, show them how it could really benefit. You can do it face to face, right? But when you're selling online, you can't do that. So it's infinitely more difficult to get someone to purchase a product online because you're relying on written copy or sales copy or videos, etc., rather than face to face and in person. And because of that, you need to have quite a bit of experience writing sales copy, creating sales videos, understanding buyer psychology, understanding what motivates people to buy. And if you don't have these sort of skills, then it could become quite a big obstacle for you, okay? But I can tell you, the big killer is not that. For most online businesses, the big killer is their approach to marketing is all upside down. They try to push their selling efforts onto everybody. They spam their links everywhere and they wonder why they're failing. You've got to understand the huge difference between pull marketing and push marketing. Don't be a push marketer. Pull marketing means you have interested prospects who are approaching you rather than you chasing every man and his dog. Can you see how much different that would be? How much easier it would be to sell? Now, if you'd like to know more about how to implement a pull marketing sales strategy quickly, easily, and for free, then at the end of this presentation, send me a request and I'll send you my free training program, all right? Assuming you get past that first obstacle, assuming you've got that first sale, you run smack bang into obstacle number 2 because you've got to do it again and again and again, right? And if you don't do that, your business is dead. Just because you make a sale this month doesn't mean you're going to make a sale next month, right? You need to set up a system that will create recurring incomes so that you get paid reliably every single month. Now, I can tell you that's a very, very hard thing to do for most people unless they've got the right systems in place. But it's also the secret of success for all online businesses. There are a few other obstacles as well, right? I mean, tech setups and graphic design issues, you'll come up against those, there's no doubt about that, right? And all these things are put in your place before you even make your first dollar. Now, apart from all that, very few businesses are reliable enough to give you the confidence to leave your job in the first place. I mean, if you're thinking about starting up your home business, right, to be able to quit your job and say goodbye to your boss, you need to be absolutely certain that your business is going to be generating income for you, right? I mean, if you can't do that, then leaving your job becomes pretty risky. Think about it. You leave your job, you still got to pay rent, mortgages, you got to buy food, you got to pay for utilities, you got to pay for insurance, all that stuff, right? Unless you've got money coming in that you can rely on, leaving that job is a pretty darn big risk, right? And of course, if you can't leave your job, you can't grow your business. And this brings me to the deadly cycle that all new business owners are going to go through. It's commonly referred to as the shiny object syndrome. This is what happens. I mean, if your business doesn't go as fast as you want, you might start thinking, it's not working for me. Or, well, this is not as easy as I thought, or whatever, okay? And you could end up buying something else that catches your attention, with perhaps all sorts of wonderful promises of future wealth and millionaire lifestyles. I mean, don't worry, we've all been there and done that. We've all been suckered by that, okay? These things grab your attention like a shiny object. But the sad thing is, then the cycle starts all over again. And I've seen this happen time and time and time and time again, right? It's the biggest trap in the whole online marketing stuff, because that's literally what it is. It's a trap. You really do end up feeling trapped because you're like the proverbial deer in the headlights as you continue to sink more and more money into that black hole that started out as your exciting business. You get more in debt. You get more distressed, more frustrated, more distrusting of everything and anyone online. You think everyone's out to get you. They just want to take money from your bank account, right? And you get really jaded. And it's just a horrible, negative feeling. And let me tell you, it sucks to get stuck there, right? It really does. So if that sounds like you, let me tell you, you're in the right spot. Because you're going to get a blueprint today to follow that creates a system that makes sense for you. It's predictable, and it's one you can get running reasonably quickly. Now remember, the two biggest problems were getting a website visitor to buy something and getting a new customer to buy again. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can solve both those problems, the rest of your business online is easy. It really is. Selling is the key, right? If that's the case, let's talk about some smart ways of getting the sale. Now I know for some of you, selling is a real put-off, okay? I mean, it's not for the faint-hearted. But no one's a born salesperson, so don't get freaked out about this part of your business. No sales means no business, right? So let's move on, let's get over that hurdle. And let's work out how you can become more comfortable with the whole sales thing. Now don't forget my offer about pull marketing training. That is a fantastic way to sell and it's easy. So if you're interested to know more about that, make a note right now and then at the end of the presentation, send me a request, all right? When it comes to sales, there's all sorts of discussion, physical or digital, right? I mean, some people feel that physical products are far easier to sell and customers get so much more excitement getting something in the mail. They think that it's much easier to sell an item that's familiar rather than something that's like a concept product, like a digital type product, right? That's sold via a sales letter or even through a sales video. Well, that's a matter of opinion. Digital products can also create great excitement and the delivery is instant. Plus the profit margins are a lot higher. So it's 6 of one, half the other, to be quite frank, right? However, for those of you who like the idea of selling physical products, whether they be fashion or furniture or fitness products, I mean, here's a suggestion, here's a tip for you. This is the easiest way to sell a physical product online. I can tell you it's so easy that most people simply overlook it. You don't need to store any crates of products. You don't need any special licenses. You don't need to worry about warehousing. You don't need to worry about fulfillment or tracking customer orders. You don't have to do any of that, right? This is all you got to do. Order it online from the retailer and have it shipped directly to the customer's address. That's it. Literally like going to Amazon, instead of typing in your address, type in your customer's address and click send. The product gets shipped directly to the customer. Now I realise there's a few extra steps involved, but basically that's what it is. That makes selling physical products pretty easy, right? But I hear you say, Peter, I don't want to sell physical products. Stop going on about that. Fine, no problem. Keep watching, because with some creative planning, you can easily use this approach to sell anything, no matter what the price is. You can use it to sell information products for $1 or physical products for $5,000. It doesn't matter what you're selling. I'll show you today how you can sell anything to anyone using some simple principles. By the way, with your physical products, be aware that you can have millions of products shipped to your customer direct from the manufacturer for less than $2. Now let's say the perceived value of the product is say $20, right? By using an old-time marketing trick, I can tell you you can keep that particular perceived value very high even if you don't pay anything like that for the product. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Because keeping the perceived value high is the secret of getting the customer to buy. Here's an example. Your product you give away for free and you charge $5.95 shipping. Okay? Or you charge $5.95 for the product and you give away free shipping. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Which is the more impressive? The first one, right? Free plus $5.95 shipping. Because the second one automatically tells the customer the value of the product is $5.95. The first one, they don't know. So in their mind, the perception is probably still $20. So they're going to get something worth the equivalent of $25.95 and they're only paying $5.95 for it. Okay? This is a bit of reverse psychology and it works very well. And don't forget that the $5.95 that you charge covers the cost of the product anyway, covers all your advertising. So really what happens then is all the traffic you're going to get is essentially free. Pretty smart, eh? Very clever. Not only that, the customer gets excited too because they love free items. And it'll go viral for you, right? Because they tell their friends about it. Free is a very powerful word in marketing and people love to shout about it. Not only that, this works incredibly well as a lead generation tool. So, there are some simple ways to sell, right? You understand that now? And once you've got the customer sold, then you've got to get the customer to buy again. There's a simple secret here as well. Make it easy for the customer. Make it a one-click experience. In other words, have a system in your sales funnel that once they've entered their details the first time, they don't have to enter it anymore. When they come across something that you offer them, they want it, they click once and they buy it. If they've got to keep entering details in it, I can tell you you're going to lose the customer. So whether it's a $20 ebook or a $50,000 piece of equipment in your sales funnel, make it as easy as you can, because that's the most effective way to get more sales. So this is the simple system. You put the product you really want to sell behind the promotional free plus shipping offer. And in that way you get a lot more interest, a lot more traffic and a lot more sales. Especially if the free promotional item you're offering has some connection to your main product. This is important for you, right? Very important. Because then there's a resemblance between the two. And the customer's already given his information and given his credit card details and all that stuff to buy the promotional offer, right? And he's excited about getting it because it's free to him, be quite frank, right? So to take him to the next step for the main product, make it easy for him to click once and you've got yourself a sale of your main product. That's the secret, right? At the same time, you're going to build a huge targeted buyer's email list. A buyer's email list, right? This is far more valuable than a list of freebie seekers that most online businesses accumulate. And with this buyer's list, you can sell to them over and over again for free because you've got them. Now, you can use this concept to sell literally any product, physical or digital, or one-time or recurring, and use it anywhere in the world. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is how it works. To make sure you get it clear in your mind. Step 1. Free plus shipping. Make sure the shipping covers all your costs, right? Your product costs, your delivery costs, your advertising costs, all that. Plus, at the same time, the visitors become both subscribers and customers because they enter their contact details and their shipping things, all that stuff, right? So rather than the traditional free gift bribe to join your mailing list, they actually become paying customers right from the start. Paying customer subscribers. That is magic stuff. Step 2, your main product. Make sure that it's seamless, that the customer, because they're now customers, right? They've purchased your free offer. The customer can actually purchase your main product with one click of a button. Make it very, very easy to do, right? Now, the product can be an info product, can be coaching, can be a physical product, could be a membership. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to sell. All I'm saying to you this. Whatever you're selling right now, take that page and put it as your main product immediately behind a free promotion that links to that product. This is the secret, because then the customer will go straight to your main product page after the excitement of buying your free offer. And the chances of them buying are much higher because they're hot to trot right there and you don't ask them for any more credit card information. That's the secret, right? That brings me to step 3, the upsells bit. This is the additional related products that it only increases the total sales value of what you're getting, right? Now you can have as many upsells as you like, right? But don't overdo it, okay? I mean, it can become very, very irritating. The key is the customer can purchase your offers with just one click, the same as your main offer, all right? And here's a great tip for you. Instead of having a one-time payment upsell offer, have a membership offer. I mean, offer something like a $1 trial and then a membership where they pay, say, $5 or $10 a month. The reason is because those $5 or $10 payments don't get cancelled. As long as you continue to provide value, it's very easy to build up a long-term, recurring, very reliable income this way. Because all the customer has to do is click one button once and then you get paid every single month until the end of time. This builds up a very reliable income flow. Can you see that? Let's talk quickly about your free gift, your front-end promotion, right? Now it's based on either pain or passion. If you're in the digital information type space, it'll have something to do with your target audience. Think about what they would love and appreciate. Think of all the possible pain points or challenges or problems of your audience and come up with a product that solves that pain point, okay? And give it away for free, okay? And charge for the shipping. In the physical area, maybe your free gift is based on passion. Maybe it's a dog toy for your beloved pit bull, or a horse necklace, or a cute little baby socks. I mean, all these things are centered around a specific market where people are extremely passionate about their horses and their dogs and their babies, right? I mean, the list of potentials is endless. The key issue is, whether they are pain or passion, is to have a perceived value of at least, say, $20. And if they're a physical product, make sure they are valued at $20 in the mind of the customer, right? I mean, you don't want them to be able to go down to the corner store and find the same thing for $2, right? You're dead in the water. Now, these particular physical products may be fashion jewelry, small items or accessories. It doesn't matter. The main thing is they've got to have a really high cool factor. Not easily available. The person just can't go up and find it easily. It's got to require some effort, or maybe even better, that they can't even get them at all. The more scarce the offer is, the more difficult it is to attain, the better your free offer will be to sell. You see, you want this person to see the offer and think, holy cow, that's really neat, I want one of those. That's the emotion you want to get from them. But please make sure you don't use any licensing or trademark infringing stuff. No branding at all. Be careful with that. Keep it above board. I don't want you guys getting into trouble about this, right? And now this raises the obvious question. Where do you find these physical gift items that are so cheap? Well, if you're interested in where you can find physical gift items that sell for cents rather than dollars, contact me with your request at the end of this presentation and I'll give you a list of places where you can buy them all. These are passion-based physical items and they'll cost you maybe 5 or 10 cents. Quickly, let's talk about the $5.95 shipping thing, right? Now, I mentioned before, that's going to cover all your costs. But not only that, the customers will readily pay for it. I know Amazon's truly spoiled people into thinking that all shipping should be free. But in reality, 80% of the websites out there charge for shipping. So don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I mentioned this before, and it's worth repeating, because it makes the perceived value of the item you're giving much higher than if you just sell the item for $5.95. Free plus $5.95 shipping is the secret, right? When the perceived value of the item is $20, I can tell you the customers will have no trouble paying the $6 for the shipping. Now let's talk about your upsell offer. You can sell and offer whatever you want to sell. It can be a physical dropship product that's related to your main physical product, okay, and even related to your free offer if you want. Or it can be an info product like software, video series, or coaching, or masterminds. I mean, whatever you want. And like I mentioned before, the ideal is to be a low-price recurring membership. I mean, even a Facebook group, you can charge them $5 a month to access some special support group you've got there, right? Whatever it is, if the tips you're giving are good enough and they're valued at more than $5 a month, let me tell you, they'll pay for it. Start with a $1 trial and then charge, say, $5 a month recurring. That recurring income is one of the keys to your financial freedom, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you, they're not hard to put together, and at this low price, once you get people paying you monthly, they are far less likely to cancel their membership. The attrition rate for these low price memberships, okay, the attrition rate I'm talking about people who are cancelling, right, is about 10 to 20% over a 3 or 4 month period. So I can tell you, this is a marvellous way of building up recurring income, okay. As I mentioned before, since your advertising costs are covered by your $5.95 free plus shipping offer, all the traffic to this page is essentially free. Which means if you're advertising a product right now and you're paying for traffic to go to that page, all you've got to do is find a similar offer you can give away for free. Do this $5.95 shipping thing, okay, and then all the traffic to that page that you're currently selling with is going to be free. Just make sure you put your main product behind the offer, behind the free offer. And all the people have to do is buy the free offer, click once to buy your main product. There, that's the secrets, right? So hopefully you're starting to see how powerful this system can be and how you can use it to sell anything to anyone, anywhere. Quickly about fulfillment. For physical products, items are fulfilled by purchasing the product online and having it shipped directly to your customer, as I said before. With one extra addition. What you have to do is this. Write, "Please no receipt in box. I am a drop shipper," in the comments section. Let me tell you, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to include the receipt anyway, okay? But on that 10th time when they do include the receipt in the box, right, that comment, "Please no receipt in the box," will cover your butt. I mean, you don't want a customer getting a package that costs $2, you can see that, and he's paying $5.95 for it. You think, hey, what's going on here? So make sure you put that comment, "No receipt in the box, I'm a drop shipper." Make sure you put that in the comment section and it'll avoid that issue for you. Another thing, use a 1-800 number. Use something like grasshopper.com. If you're based in the USA, that's the place to go, right? You can set up a 1-800 number and that you can put on your invoice, because you need a phone number anyway to purchase the items, right? They don't cost very much, I can't recall. I think maybe $5 or $10 or whatever it is. But you go and check it out for yourself, grasshopper.com. But the nice thing about this is that customers can leave you messages if you want. You don't have to have them doing that. But by having a 1-800 number, it covers your bases, makes your site look more credible, and it makes it easier for your customers to get in touch with you. So, just a thought, right? And here's a tip. When you get 20 plus orders a day, hire someone on Upwork to fulfill the orders for you. Now, I know that's something you won't have to deal with for a while, but when you start getting 20 plus orders a day, it becomes a quality problem. I mean, at that point, you're making well over $100 a day. So you can afford $5 or $10, right, to hire someone to fulfill these orders for you. You're going to reach a point where nearly everything is hands off. Your ads run, you don't have to worry about fulfilling product orders, right? And you can maybe just sit there and look at all the sales coming in on your phone. Well, that sounds good, right? I mean, if you get it right, that's the outcome you can chase, right? Here's another tip for you. Use a points-based credit card for your product purchases and your advertising. I can tell you, you're going to get enough points to go on 2 or 3 vacations a year. And also remember, you're putting all these charges on your card for ads and purchases, but your card gets cleared every single week because you're getting paid in advance. So the money is already in your bank account before you start charging things to your credit card. So there's absolutely zero risk whatsoever. You just start accumulating a ton of bonuses and a ton of points and enjoy your holiday. So you're getting an idea of why this business works so well. I mean, people become customers, not just subscribers. And you use the free physical or digital items to entice people into your sales funnel, not just to join your email list. The customer perception issue is very important. They think they're only paying for shipping. And remember, shipping covers everything for you. Not only that, very low financial risk. Low barrier to entry, covers advertising, covers your product cost, covers your shipping cost, and remember, you're paid before you purchase the required product order. If you have the right technology in place, customers will buy the product and service with one click. I can tell you, no matter the price. You can even sell recurring monthly subscriptions the same way. The key issue is to make sure you've got that technology to make it easy for the customer to buy, right? And it's also easy to advertise. People are going to share it with their friends and their family and their co-workers. As I said before, they love sharing all their free things, right? And it's easy to sell. I mean, you don't have to use that bad word, convince. You don't have to convince people to buy because the item's perceived as free, right? It's free. So now you know how to build a predictable online business, and you can easily scale it up to build to say $3,000 to $5,000 a month in just a few months' time. This is something that will grow every month with the same amount of effort. Think about that. If you could build a business to $3,000 a month, right? That's an extra $100 a day. If you had that, you could leave your job, maybe 3 or 4 months from now, right? And you can start to enjoy the total financial and time freedom that everyone wants. But before we go any further, let me ask you to really think about something very important. What would an extra $3,000 a month mean to you? Think about it. Think about that extra $100 a day. How would that affect your life? Maybe you could send your child or your grandchildren to college. Maybe take that long-awaited vacation. Maybe get that cool car you've always dreamed about. Maybe live without the horrible pressure of how you're going to pay for the bills at the end of the month. Perhaps the biggest impact would be getting rid of all the stress and anxiety that you've been under for far too long. No more frustration and a lot less tension at home, right? I mean, I want you to really think long and hard about this. It is so critical to your future commitment. If you want to start your home business online, you've got to be committed. You've got to buy in, okay? So think about what having an extra $100 in your pocket every single day will do for you. Now, even more importantly, think about what not having that money is costing you right now. The emotional stresses and strains, the uncertainty of what to do, the lack of confidence, the missed opportunities. You're not enjoying the lifestyle that you know you really deserve. Perhaps even the happy relationships at risk. I mean, it's all pretty stressful stuff, right? And it's darn real. So now you have a big decision to make. Maybe the most important one in your life. You now have the blueprint about how to build your home-based business. The question is building your own business your best option? Do you now have the confidence to do this? Can you work out all the techie things you need to do to make that one-click service type thing work, right? Can you do it? More important, will you do it? I've given you the outline, but is it enough? Think carefully. Is building your own home-based business your best option? Or would you feel more comfortable and confident to implement a complete done-for-you business? A business where you don't need to research and buy products. A business where there's no need to create sales pages, products or upsells. A business where all the selling is done for you. A business where you don't need a 1-800 number. A business where there's no tech requirements like a sophisticated one-click once system. And a business where all the customer follow-up and all the fulfillment is done for you. Think about that. Or maybe lack of funds. Maybe this is the problem. Okay? You really want a successful business, but you just don't have the money. In other words, should you build your own and hope that this blueprint online gives you enough knowledge and confidence to make it work? Or hook into an existing successful done-for-you business system where you simply focus on sending the traffic to a proven, highly converting sales funnels? If you're interested in this approach, then make a request, all right? Or maybe you already know what home business model you want, but don't have the funds to get started. Or perhaps you've already started and it's taking much, much longer than you expected to become cash flow positive. Either way, you desperately need a system to start building your cash flows with a get paid today strategy. Again, if you're interested in this, make a request. It's your choice, but whatever you do, make a decision. The worst thing you can do right now is to procrastinate and do nothing. Putting off your decision will get you nowhere. You know what you want, so reach out with your request. It's your future, not mine, we're talking about. Don't miss this opportunity. You've got my contact details there, you can see on the screen. So reach out to me with your request. I hope you found real value in this presentation. Thank you for watching, and now it's your turn. Whatever you do, make sure you get back to me with your requests for anything I mentioned here today. But please don't let this be a presentation that you sat through and then did nothing with it. That is the very worst thing you can do. If you're serious about making money online, contact me either on Facebook or Skype or email with your requests, and let's get your home business up and firing as soon as possible. This is Peter Beckenham wishing you every possible success. Let's talk together soon. Bye for now.